Hey everybody, this is batch number 2 out of 3 PSA 1990 special, $15 per card. This took 8.5 weeks door to door. Mostly PC cards. Eric Davis for the most part right here in this middle stack. Then I got some minor league cards. Where is it right here? Yeah, got that right there flared to you. A couple of these were crackouts and resubmits, and let's go ahead and start with this one right here. 1997 Vero Beach, Adrian Beltre, minor league card. Really good shape. Expected this to get a 10, came back at a 9. I've got one of these in a 10 already. This card looked identical to that one. Mint 9. I may put this one up for eBay. I'm about to do another order I'm going to submit, but I'm actually going to submit to SGC. I may crack this and send it to SGC. I'll have to think about it. Elvis Andrus, one of my favorite players. This is the 2005 Grandstand, Danville Braves, minor league. This card's in really good shape right here. I knew it would come back high. Came back at a 10, perfectly centered. Presents well in this case. Yeah. Yep. Not a big one, but for me, it's one I've had for a while. I know it looked good. Elvis is probably going to be knocking on the door of retirement for too long. Yep, PC card. Here's a couple right here. I just decided to go ahead and send in Michael Soroka. Man, he's having a rough year. Really thought this was going to be his comeback season. He's gone through hell and back these past few years with injuries. This is 2016 red version, 2 out of 5. Topps Pro debut. Yeah, came back at an 8. I expected to get a 9. The only issue with this card, bottom right-hand corner, a little bit of white showing right there. Other than that, this card is immaculate, but they decided to give me an 8. Got one right here of Michael Soroka, continuing with him. 49 out of 50. This is the gold version of the 2015 First Bowman card. Came back at a 9. Came back at a 9. I'll hold on to these cards for a while. He's still young, man. He's 25. I think he's still 25, but he's done well in AAA, but at the major league level, his mechanics are off just enough to where he's not able to succeed. I'm not really sure what his future is going to hold, but hope it works out for him. Here's one right here, rare card, 2015. I can't remember. What is this? 2013 Grandstand Carolina League All-Star Game. These were only handed out at the California All-Star Game. I don't know the print run of these. It could have been 500, could have been 1,000, whichever. Thought this card would get a 10, came back at a 9. I've got another copy of this in a PSA 9. And really cool looking card, PC card. On to the Eric Davises. I'm trying to build up my Eric Davis set registry. Eric Davis is my favorite player of all time. And we got a 1990 SI for kids, Eric Davis, near mint 8. I pre-graded this at a 9. I was off just a little bit. Perforated version. I'm surprised they didn't. They should have put perforated right there, but anyway, I know what it is. Another one to add to the set registry for Eric Davis. Here's a WTF moment for me right here. 1992 Topps Gold. Card I've had for a while. This card is literally immaculate. Couldn't find any issues with it. I said, yeah, this is a sure bet to send to PSA. This is a 9 all day long with a good chance of a 10. The only issue, the center and top to bottom might be off just a tad. I don't know what they saw, or I don't know if this thing, the only conclusion I can come up with is something got damaged in transit, or from the transfer of taking it out of the card saver to grading, what, I don't know. Came back at a 7. This was a very strong 9 in my opinion with a chance of a 10. Is what it is. But yeah, that was one of the head scratcher cards in this order. Here we go. We got a 2 for 1. Both of these I felt like presented as a good chance of a 9. The only issue with these cards is a little bit of chipping on the left-hand corner on both of these cards right here. 1990 Woolworth, Eric Davis. Both of them came back at an 8. One of them is a little bit off-center. Yeah, this one is a little bit off-center. This one's centered nicely. These cards are glossy. When it comes to a glossy surface, I'm sure they had to have found something. But they gave both of these an 8. When it comes to a glossy surface, it's hard to get a good grade. I was hoping one of these at least would get a 9. But I got 2 8s. Anyway, one of these I'm going to put in the set registry here. Here's an example of a card I did not care what it graded at. Eric Davis, 1992 Dodgers, LA Dodgers Police, perforated version. I picked this sucker up on eBay. You don't see many of these. I reached out to the guy. He gave me some better close-up pics. He was up front with me. Said, hey, you know, this card's centered nicely. As you can see here, the perforation is nice, but there's some issues on the surface. Went ahead and scooped it up from him. Went ahead and immediately sent it off to get it slabbed. I pre-graded this at a 6 once I got my hands on it and took a close look at it. PSA was really close. Or should I say I was really close. I don't know. This came back at a 5. PC card. Here's a cool card right here. 1992 Topps Kids Eric Davis. This was my best copy. I feel like this was a strong 9. Came back at a 9. The only issue is the centering is slightly off. I remember as a kid reading that right there now with the Dodgers. That killed me. Man, that killed me. I just couldn't imagine him in anything other than a Reds uniform. PC card, adding it to the set registry. Eric Davis, 1990 Topps Heels. My best copy of this. A little bit off center on the back. The front is centered just about perfect. Came back at a 9. This is a glossy surface too. But what got me is the edge right here has got a slight rough cut. I mean, you have to really get up on it to see it. You really can't see it on here. But when you put the magnifying glass to it, it pops a little bit. And actually, see that right there? I just saw it. A hairline scratch. Boom. Little scratch right there. Yep. That's what a glossy surface will do to you. Picks up everything. Man, oh man. Yeah, I see you. Unless it's on the case. I didn't see that when I did my pre-grade. That might be on the case. No. That might be on a card. I don't know. It got a 9 though. It presents well in this case. I'm happy with that. Yep. Another one to the set registry. Here we go. Perforated version. 1990 Topps Magazine Batting Road. Came back at a 9. See? They got it right there. Perforated. I don't know why some cards they put on there and some cards they don't. Anyway. This features Chris Sabo, Barry Larkin, and Eric Davis himself. Came back at a 9. I'm happy with that. Perforated cards are very tough to grade. If you get a 9 in a perforated or a hand-cut card, that's pretty daggone good. Sticking with Eric Davis right here. Another... No, this is not perforated. This hand-cut. Yeah, I hand-cut these myself. Came back at a 9. Man, I really thought this had a shot at a 10, but again, when it comes to hand cuts, you know the deal. Came back at a 9. Another PC card, adding that to my Eric Davis set registry. Here we go. Here's one that I cracked and resubmitted. This was one I had graded a while back. Not quite a year ago. I guess 8 months ago. 1991 Cons Reds Eric Davis. Came back at an 8. I said, nope. Nope. I only crack if I really feel confident in that it's going to get a better grade. Honestly, I thought this was a 9+. Chance of a 10, the strong 9. Came back at a 9. Bam. This card presents very well in the PSA case. PC card for sure. Eric Davis, Cincinnati Reds World Champion. Yep. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the Eric Davises. Got some Ken Griffey Jr.'s right here. Got some perforated cards. 1990 Topps Magazine. This card was almost perfect. Came back at an 8. The highest pop on this card is a 9. I thought this had a shot at a 9. It's just a little bit off center. The perforation is really nice and neat. Nice clean perforation. Here's the other Topps Magazine version, father-son combo, perforated. Came back at an 8. Again, the highest pop on this card is a 9. This one was just about perfectly centered. And actually that perforation right there, is that tear out's not quite clean right there. You see right there, that top corner right by where my thumb or my finger is right there. Yep. Clean perforation all the way until you get right there. Boom. Yeah, 8. Alright. I'm okay with that. Here's a WTF moment for me right here. 1992 Leaf Gold Preview. Ken Griffey Jr. One of my favorite cards. I've had this card for a while. I really thought this had a really good shot at a 9. The only issue I saw with this card is the centering on the front is off a little bit left and right. Well, more than a little bit. But it's still within the PSA 9 guideline. The issue with this card usually is with this gold backing right here, you can see a lot of white. I've seen a PSA 9 in this copy, or I've seen a copy of this in a PSA 9 where the back is showing white on all 4 corners. I'm like, how did that get a 9? If that got a 9, I'm sending mine in. Mine is definitely going to get a 9. Again, the only issue with this card is the centering. It's off left to right. Top to bottom's good. They gave me a 7. I know they grade black border cards. Black border cards are a lot tougher to get a good grade. This has got me scratching my head. I don't know. Like I say, I've seen 9s look worse than this card. But it is what it is. So, man. Really thought this had a good shot at a 9. Worst case scenario. Absolute worst case scenario, an 8. But I got a 7. So, yeah, there's a couple cards in sort of got me scratching my head. So, I got a, let's see what I got here. Yeah. Right here. Sitting here talking to myself. 2018 Topps On Demand Ozzie Albies Rookie Year in Review Red. This is serialed at a 5. No, I'm sorry, at a 25. This is number 1 out of 25. I had this graded originally. Came back at a 9. I said, no, this thing is a 10 for sure. I know it. Came back at a 10. Perfectly centered. Everything about this card's flawless. There's the serial. 1 out of 25. PC card. Ozzie Albies. One of my favorite players that's currently playing. Just love his style of play and love his attitude. This red version presents very well in this case. Yeah, PC card. Happy about that one. Sticking with Ozzie Albies. Another good, real clean version. Thought this had a shot at a 10. Came back at a 10. Gold. 2019 Topps Ozzie. Future Stars. Cool action shot. Yeah, I like this card. And this one right here, he just got through hitting a bomb. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch that sucker fly. That's right. That's right. Yeah, 2017 Topps Chrome, the 1980 version Topps. Autograph, red refractor, mint 9. Serialed at a 5. Number 1 out of 5. This card was perfect. Centering was just a little bit off. Excuse me, this card was perfect with the exception of the centering off a little bit left to right. Yeah, PC card. Orlando Arcia. Doing a good job replacing Dansby to be Dansby Swanson's replacement. He's done an excellent job. Like that card. Last one. Here we go. This, man, this was a disappointment. Ronald Acuna rookie card. Topps Gold 2018 version. Serialed out of 2018. This is one of the best looking cards I've seen, especially in gold. I mean, the edge is flawless. Anyway, you know the deal. You think you got a perfect card? PSA says, nah, it's just mint. Which is still a good grade, but it's doing a disservice for this card. Especially a high profile card like this. Well, what I consider a high profile card for me. All I can think of when I see this is Pop Control. I know what I got, man. If I missed it, I guess that can happen too. But I'm about to do an order with SGC. I was really happy with the order I did with them previously in my first and one and only order. But I've got a batch of about 7, 8, maybe as much as 10 cards I'm going to send to SGC. And I'm really thinking about cracking this out and sending it to SGC. I think the gold card here will look really good in that tux. Anyway, if I decide to do that, I'll have an update on this video here as far as what this came back at from SGC. But I really think this is a 10. Yeah. Yep, that's it. And the third part of the order, the third batch, is coming back tomorrow. So I'll have a video on that. And that's about it. Appreciate you guys.